Hello there.
Howdy.
Welcome to the Demo Team Podcast.
We
We're
back.
here with Aim High and Discord Theory. How are y'all doing?
Doing awesome, my dude. Thanks for having us.
That way. Aim high. Local band forever. Let's get it.
All right. Caleb, where are you located right now? Like, where are y'all based out of? Aim
We are
High, that
based
is.
out of, and I'm located in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, right on. Okay. Go
Yeah.
Cox.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, go Cox! Last game we
Just kidding.
put
But,
up.
like, I just thought I'd say it.
No, last game we put up like 30 points, and then we still lost. And then 2 days later, both of our linebackers, our main linebackers, got season-ending injuries. So I don't think it's gonna be looking good for the Gamecocks for the rest of the season.
I mean, Arkansas will do that to you, right? And
Yeah.
Luis, where's Discord Theory out of?
We are based out of beautiful Tampa, Florida, my dude. Love it
Right
here.
on.
Definitely hot as hell as well. So I feel you on the Mexico hotness, Ryan. But lots of cool stuff going down here. Florida gets a bad rep, but we got cool places like Tampa and Orlando where we got some good music going on.
Who do you think is facing the worst humidity right now?
Oof.
I'm in Texas. Ryan's in Mexico.
Where in Texas are you? Because that also has a big part of the play.
Dallas.
Dallas.
I hear like South Carolina, like Columbia gets pretty like nasty,
Yeah.
honestly. But then
I think-
Florida too. I mean,
No, yeah, I think we're just all hot as hell. I think that's
I will
the
say this.
I
consensus.
agree. We are all hot as hell, as you can
That
see
too.
on YouTube.
I used to live in Houston, which I know is not like super close to Dallas, but I mean it's in the same general state.
Okay,
and
that's
it's
like a
really
whole other
way-
type of humidity.
Yeah,
I-
but what I'm saying is it's way more humid here than it is in Houston. If that like
Houston?
gives you
Okay.
sort of like frame of reference, yeah.
I mean, living in Houston's like a swamp, basically. But it also
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
really
that's
get
what-
that
that's like
hot
Columbia.
either, though. Yeah,
That's
Houston,
like
like,
Columbia because we also do have a swamp here, and I'm sure, and also like because there's a bayou in Houston, but there's also actual like swamps and rivers
Yeah.
like that here. I don't know. There was a meme going around. I don't know if you've seen it, but this dude caught this gator, and it was like stupid. It looked like a fucking dinosaur. Like literally looked like a fucking actual fucking real
What,
life, real time dinosaur.
in
and,
South Carolina or Houston?
Yeah, in South Carolina, it was at the bottom of Lake
All right.
Marion.
Jesus.
Yeah.
South Carolina, that's just like, that's another word for swamp, I would imagine.
Yeah, there are a bunch of swamps out here.
No, I feel you on the swamps and the gators. We got
mean-
those plenty here in Florida.
Hell yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking about it, just like looking like we've had like a shit ton of guests from Florida. I don't know what is in the water of Florida that makes, but I mean, it works out for us. I mean,
And we got some legendary bands coming out of Florida. On
Just-
the Roads, From First to
Oh, yeah.
Last, Amberlin, A Day to Remember.
hell yeah.
I mean, legendary to me at least.
there's definitely something in the water,
Yeah.
whether it's skaters or musical
Yeah.
talent. I
As
don't
long
know.
as you
Well, I
filter
mean,
it.
obviously musical talents or both.
Get to drink as
think
long as
actually-
you filter it.
I think maybe it's like if there's gators, I think that correlates with good music.
Yeah.
You know what it
Florida,
might be?
Louisiana, Houston.
You know how Florida gets a really bad rep, so everybody's just like really has all this negative energy from getting a bad rep all the
So
time.
I wanted,
So
to, I wanted to ask you about that. Who talks shit about Florida? But like aside from the Florida man memes or whatever,
I
I
always see
think
like
Florida gets a
on
bad
the,
rep.
oh man, I mean I love it, but I see it on TV all the time. And even
Florida
like
man.
you know where I see you never heard of Florida Man?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, no,
Florida.
that's
Okay,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah, no, that
The
aside from,
brewery
like,
I
the
work
Florida
at
man.
actually has a beer called Florida Man. It's pretty popular.
Oh my
it's,
So there's
God.
actually
double
there's
IPA,
actually
yeah.
a band. There's actually a band out of South Carolina called Florida Man.
Nice.
Florida man.
Nice.
That guy
They're actually
stays,
really
kinda
good. We
big-
played with them.
Hell yeah.
and yeah, they're good.
That'd
they're
be a really good name for like a southern hardcore band. Is Florida man for sure.
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So Luis, Who is the most
Yes.
Florida man out of Discord theory?
Oh man. I would have to say, unfortunately, me, because I am the party down, maybe have a little bit more drinks after the show kind of guy of the band. So I
You
guess
doing some
I'll be the
wild
Florida man
shit?
of visit. Yeah,
All right.
I like to get down with the homies and have a good time, and love the good vibes and having a couple drinks.
All right.
Other
I
good
can dig it.
stuff.
I can dig it.
Yeah, and I also jump around the most on stage, so my wild antics got to give me a little something. Doing those guitar swings, all that
Absolutely.
crazy nonsense. Trying. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. So like Caleb, like I don't know what would be the equivalent of Florida man, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Who's the most South Carolina?
Maybe big Cox energy for the team.
Big cock. I mean, I think South Carolina probably has an equivalent to Florida man.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's just not as well known. Like, there's definitely
Yeah,
a South
yeah,
Carolina
sure.
man, a Kentucky man, a Tennessee man, Alabama man.
Yeah,
That's all a thing for sure. It's just not as high profile as Florida man.
yeah.
So
Louisiana
like,
man, definitely a thing.
New Jersey.
yeah, so like I was born here, and then moved back and forth from here to Houston.
That's cool.
Steven, he's actually from like up in New York, so he's definitely not Steven. Coleman's from around here. He actually, I feel like I probably would say at the moment for our current lineup, probably a tie between Coleman and I, because Coleman, we had like his little brother and I went to like the same high school for a little bit, and I remember they would go back and forth between high school, like this one called Hopkins, which is like kind of like out in the country. So he's definitely got some South Carolina tendencies in him, and so do I. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
Hell yeah. It's always good to have a little love for the hometown hero, and if you're the hometown hero, you got to just share that love with your hometown.
Dude, well said. I like that. Should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, man. Copyright infringement right now. Coming for you. But I guess we should just like roll into it. So Caleb, how about we go all the way back, and Luis will hit you with this question right
Wait,
after.
before we start that, I always want to ask, is there an IE man?
Inland Empire, man? Dude, the whole city is Inland Empire, man. Like if you go to the
That's because that's where Trevor from Grand Theft Auto is from, right? IE?
God, I hope not. that means he's fitting image.
Isn't that? I thought that's kind of like the idea where he's, or is that like further?
Kind of, he lives in the high desert, but like if you were to go to the high desert, like north of the Inland Empire, which is like Southern California, it's Breaking Bad, the show, is just copying Southern California.
I mean, that is New Mexico. Definitely, I think that's New Mexico, man, for
A
sure.
lot of people missing teeth out there, but like San Bernardino is rated one of the worst cities in the world for a reason. Like in America, in the world, like I'm glad I don't live there. Mexico is so much better, even though that we have our own issues, but it's a lot safer. I'll say, like in my home, quiet on the beach.
Wow. You heard it here first, Fox News listeners. Ryan is safer in Tijuana than he is in San Bernardino.
Controversial, man.
Yeah, I would say that. I would definitely. I'm a little further away from TJ. I mean, like 20, 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm in Rosarito, TJ. I mean, there's a safety net in here somewhere. I mean, no one bugs me.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I lived like pretty close to the border last summer, and like in Texas, and like it really wasn't that. It wasn't like I don't think I ever really felt unsafe. I mean, I knew people were like, I knew which people were like definitely like gangsters or whatever, things like that. But like, I don't think I ever was worried about something happening to me.
Just don't hear Juarez. Like invalid litter department by at the drive-in kind of covers that subject matter. Be a little certain areas. And I would always, if you ever visit Mexico, I recommend just be polite. Just be polite
exactly.
to everybody.
Honestly, crazier shit seems to happen in like South Dallas than in South Texas. but
Oh, I would
but
imagine.
whatever. Let's get on to the next.
I don't know, man. Some crazy shit be happening in Houston. They did gentrify a lot of like third ward area and shit like that. But like they got fifth ward down there, Houston. They were going crazy down there.
Weirdest thing to me, because like when gentrification, when people try to doll up the neighborhood, make it look all nice, it's like you didn't get rid of the people
The
that are
people, yeah.
Yeah, well,
like,
that's the thing about Texas and Louisiana. They like whenever they were like building the infrastructure for the cities, they made the wards on purpose and like put them underneath all of like the bypasses and underneath the like big like the interstates that they were building. And
Yeah.
obviously like that's like where the low income people are going to stay and stuff like that. But now they're trying to gentrify it because it's so close to the city.
Yeah.
And so it's like yeah, it's weird.
Oh yeah, Tampa is like all gentrified, pretty much all the old spots everywhere. You gotta pay for parking everywhere now.
And it's just like, can't put a fresh coat of paint on something without solving like the issues that are at a ground level. You just gotta take care of the people, man. You can't just like paint the buildings up and try to like, change all the benches to have spikes on them. That's not gonna, you're not helping.
You gotta give people housing or else they're gonna be homeless, and affordable housing or else they're gonna end up homeless and not have benches to sleep on because you put like shit in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's one of the main things plaguing everywhere right now, the whole world.
Yeah. We care about people, everyone. We care about you on the Demo Team podcast. We just want it's not easy out there right now, and I'm sure that's a heavy-handed subject for some people that came here looking for some pop punk or some stuff. But hey, we're all adults here, man. We should all care about where we live and the people that live there.
This video is sponsored by making the world a better place. All right.
Yep. Takes a big chug after that one.
Big fungus right here. But I guess we should move on. Music like discussion, maybe, possibly. Caleb, we'll start with you. How did you go about becoming the stalwart musician that you are today? Like, what made you get into, playing, wanting to be in a band? Like, was there like certain artists, music that you like gravitated towards, and you're just like, dang, I want to do that?
Yeah, for sure. So a little bit of like, I guess, back context just for me personally. I've been a music concert photographer or whatever you want to call it for like roughly 10 years. So way before the band got started. And my like venture, journey or whatever you want to call it, doing that led me to, make some I got hit by a car while driving my motorcycle, so I have speech impediment. So if I like speak weird, that's what it is. But anyways,
you're good, man. Don't worry.
Okay, dude, I speak weird too. I got an accent. We're here.
Yeah, I'm like pretty much over my speech impediment, but I'm working on it with my speech therapist. But anyways, yeah, so made networked a bunch when I was doing that. Shooting Warped Tour was a big opportunity for me to network and meet a bunch of people in the scene, bunch of festivals, bunch of tours, stuff like that. So I would definitely say that in regards to me getting my foot in the door in the music scene, definitely my photography helped out with that and made a lot of like connections and stuff like that. So in regards to going back to to answer your question, when like I've always like since high school was into music. Obviously before that, music's been a huge part of my life in regards to making music and like playing guitar, producing, all that stuff. I started to get into it in high school. I was more focused on kind of like hip hop stuff, but I always was really into like bands, even like old school bands, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, to like like punk bands like like the Clash, stuff like that. I'm very big into Sublime, kind of pop punk like Blink-182, Story So Far, whole bunch of inspirations from like around the sound spectrum.
So in regards to like when it was time for me to be like, this is something that I want to take seriously and, you know, make into a project, I hate to use the word organically. It sounds cliche or whatever, but I kind of organically let those music influences naturally like influence the direction, you know, the band went in. And so yeah, that's pretty much it.
So
Oh, different backdrop. Shoot.
Little
New
bit.
sunglasses too, man.
I saw Caleb have a cigarette, so I ran outside.
No, that's a wonderful story, my friend.
Oh yeah, dude.
Appreciate it.
Same question though.
I dug it.
How'd you get into like the music thing and what gave you that passion and drive?
So definitely from growing up where I'm from in Ecuador, you know, there was music all around. A lot of my family members played music. So that I was always interested in watching them play. And I used to just like when I was a kid mess around and just slap the guitar strings and try to make songs off just the individual notes. But then I didn't really get into it till like high school. I used to go to a lot of the local pop punk and post hardcore shows and metal shows locally. So I used to go to those all the time. And then really places like Warped Tour really changed my life for me, where I used to see smaller artists that I really enjoyed play, and I could be like, man, maybe something that I could do one day. And so that really just changed my life. Actually, like, if I remember one specific moment, this was before Paramore was like one of the biggest bands of all time. They were still playing the smaller stages, but Hayley Williams made a big speech about how she used to just be one of us in the crowd, and now she gets to play Warped Tour and all this stuff, and it was a dream come true. And that really hit me as a kid. And then watching Blink 182 and Green Day videos, and seeing how much fun they were having, and I was, man, this is what I want to do in my life. And then when I really started taking it seriously is when I got into bands like Bayside, Say Anything, and like From First to Last, with like the more like heavy-handed lyrics and stuff like that. And then to me, it really hit me on a deeper emotional level. So it wasn't just about having fun and playing the show. It really became about, man, I want to create this feeling for somebody else, you know, make them feel like they got someone to relate to in a certain kind of way of that, or that somebody's been through something that they have.
Yeah. That's crazy because like both y'all guys, like you list your influences, and it's kind of like sometimes we get bands on here that'll be like, yeah, we kind of sound like this band, but we're not like influenced at all. But it's kind of like you guys are a little different because you kind of wear like your influences on your sleeve, kind of
Definitely.
like it's good. I find that more refreshing.
Literally.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's tired, and like we already said the word cliche, and it is cliche to say, but I mean, I can't tell you how many bands will just be like, oh, I hate that band. I don't
Just
like
admit it. You are copying.
Kind of though.
No, that's
They're
all.
like,
I mean,
oh, I
like,
don't like architects, but I make gents.
I mean, I think it's just like, who cares? Like, yeah, you obviously were if you're influenced by someone, that's like cool. It's like that's kind of how everyone does everything. No one just, I mean, for the first guy to make music, no one like ever was like
Yeah.
not following someone else. So
pretty much.
wear those influences on your sleeve.
Yeah.
Let everyone know the bands that you love.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like that is something like that sentiment of like actually if you have something that like moves you and touches you and speaks to you, like share that with people, because it's like you said, like no one's gonna know about it unless you share it. And then also somebody else could also be touched by it in the same way or even a more profound way than you were, and you never know.
100%.
No one ever knows. So yeah, I definitely believe that, like, you know, sharing influences, like in particular, just an anecdotal example. So aside from the band stuff that I mentioned, I, you know, do my own solo music as well. Recently I discovered an artist called Breakins, and it's like they're like hyper pop, kind of glitchy, soul, kind of like Bill Murray, but like a
Okay.
little different lane. But anyways, their music is just amazing. And I've just literally the past like probably maybe 2 weeks discovered them. And I just want to like share it and scream with the world like, yo, everybody needs to check out Breakins. Like, this is so dope. Like, it's yeah. There's no reason to try to like, keep the good music. Like, people like you want the people that are
No
putting
gatekeeping.
stuff, like
Yeah,
putting in
no
work
gatekeeping.
to like get there. So like, yeah, you gotta share their shit to help them out for sure.
Absolutely.
I think it's like it's like a leader mentality, because like I feel like if you're gatekeeping or like going around hating on stuff and just being like, oh, I don't like this, this, and this, and if you like this, I don't like you. I feel like that's more of like, it closes more doors than it opens, because
Absolutely.
you could be airing your grievances like, oh, I hate this band sucks. And then, you know, if you're a band or an artist yourself, you don't want to become popular as an artist or a musician that just shits on other bands, because not only does that look bad on your peers, because they're like, wow, that guy just fucking hates everything. You don't want to also,
Yeah,
you don't want,
Fantano.
yeah, like, I feel like you want to have that leadership mentality where you're more open-minded to like check out more stuff. Because if you're like going around hating on stuff or just being like, this sucks, it's just like, I feel like it's one of those situations like where you get more bees with honey than you do vinegar kind of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I always felt like it was super cheap, like going that route, like just trying to be negative and get like attention doing that. Like it's like you're clearly not very creative if that's the route you have to take to like get, internet attention. So also, if you keep this podcast, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Nah, share that shit. Oh, we can cuss, right? A little bit.
Yeah, you can cuss all you want. I don't care.
Yeah. Hey, how many cuss words you get? Is it like PG-13? You only get like one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is someone counting our cuss words and giving us a rating? That'd be hilarious. Fuck.
What
But
up,
as far
guys?
as the influences go, I feel
Guys,
like
you can't cuss anymore. We spend them all.
oh yeah, you just used all of them. But yeah, no, as far
But
as
we
the
can still have
influences
tasteful
go,
nudity.
I feel like everything's already almost been done. So you gotta just take the stuff you like and make it your own. Just wanted to drop that in there because I had to learn that thought in there still.
I mean, one thing specifically, I think a lot of people are hesitant to say that they're influenced by Dance Gavin Dance. And I kind of think that usually it's more, I think, a positive, like it as in like it helps you reach other people when you kind of like just give into that. I mean, even though I know a lot of people probably like aren't like huge fans of them, but like, I do think it like probably is more positive to just like kind of give into that, even though Dance Gavin Dance fans can definitely be on doing their own crazy thing from time to time, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just talking about like bands that we talk with a lot, but
they're like really influential in the last like 10 years or so, even more the last 5 years as far as post-hardcore music goes. So no, it's the truth. Have you guys heard that new Polyphia song though? With the Sophia Black? What do you guys what do you guys think?
I'm digging that.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I feel like Polyphia kind of like have that like outsider energy where they keep doing their own thing and they keep getting rewarded for staying in that lane of experimental and like
absolutely.
I feel like it's very futuristic as far as like the sound wise. It has like a different language, mixing pop. With their with their Polyphia stuff, which is already doing like metalcore, pop, trap, whatever. Yeah. So now I really enjoyed it, and I feel like that was very like a modern, what I would like radio, almost like I could hear that on the radio in a good way,
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the future of music these days, because like you said, everything's already been done, and I feel like with the current crop of musicians that keep like what becomes popular and what becomes more successful, it's kind of those people that are blending a lot of elements and creating a fusion that makes it sound fresh, new, and different, as it's not like pigeonholed. It's not the same thing, like just done differently with like a slightly different vocalist, or instead of chugs, it's like, gin.
Yeah.
Just like,
Instead of
You gotta-
chugs, it's chubs.
It's always Chubbs, dude.
I like
We're
chug.
playing.
I mean, I think Polyphia is kind of like, I mean, they've taken so many different lanes that they can appeal to a lot of different people. And I think it's kind of one of those things where you can say you're a fan of Polyphia and people are like, will positively reward you for being a fan of Polyphia. They'll think you have good taste in music. Like, no matter, like, almost from like probably any like vantage point, whichever way like if you're a metal person, you say you're into Polyphia. I think that a lot of, I mean, who knows, actually metal people can be kind of assholes, but like I think if you're like I mean, like if you come from it from a pop or like hyper pop or like, I don't know, like punk pop or post-hardcore metalcore, I think you could say you're a fan of Polyphia and people will generally positively view that. So
I mean,
shout out
on
to
the
Polyphia.
on the same
Oh, they're
stretch,
killing it.
yeah, on the same stretch, you got people that sometimes are like aggressively against like blending of like genre
Mhm.
The
creative.
purist.
And if you are a musician that gets like, chewed out or berated for blending genres and just kind of like doing different things, like don't ever take that criticism too much to heart, because on one stretch you got to remember that like haters can make you famous. People that will talk shit about your music, they're still talking about you. And
Mhm.
And
like,
it all comes back around
Yo,
too.
like
Notice
straight
how
up,
big new metal is these days.
like straight up facts. Like
Limp Bizkit's
nobody
good
that
now.
has ever, no musician, no artist, no band that has ever put out any work of art or piece of music that is considered revolutionary has not been told by their peers at some point, yo, that's too much blending. You're mixing
Yeah.
this and you're mixing that. First time, Run DMC and stuff like that. Linkin Park, whenever they
Yeah.
were doing their multi-genre shit, people were
They
telling
were,
them,
yeah.
yo, what are y'all doing? Y'all are trying to be a commercial band. Y'all need to do this. You do that. You need to stop blending and stuff like that. Like in regards to the evolution of music, every revolutionary piece that has like come out and that has been like has shifted the scene, or that has shifted the what's considered commercially acceptable or not, or whatever have you, is made by the evolution of music and the blending of styles. And I personally think eventually, maybe, I don't know, 10 years, maybe sooner, maybe 20 years, maybe more, eventually there's gonna be to the point where the people that listen to Polyphia and the ones that like are negative about it, or the ones that listen to like, or the ones that will listen to some multi-genre mixed stuff that isn't considered mainstream or typical or whatever, eventually with artists like Bill Murray blowing up and
Mhm.
artists, like bands like Dance Gavin Dance and stuff, just that isn't the norm, right? That's like
Mhm.
mixing genres and stuff like that, becoming more popular as time progresses. That's going to be the norm. And then those people that are like expecting like, hey, I just want a fucking another Metallica album or whatever. I mean, that's just an example or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to
Yeah.
be expected in the next
Yeah.
10 years. So we, as consumers of music, if we're looking at it realistically, have to evolve with the music.
yeah, that's
Or-
100%.
that's
Or
well
at least
stated.
catch the right nostalgic wave.
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
True.
If you don't feel like evolving, I mean, you can just
Alright.
wait till your music comes back around. It probably will.
Quick
I mean-
Linkin Park fun fact. The record label actually wanted them to kick out Mike Shinoda. They were like, oh, yo,
Yeah.
what are you doing with this guy? Just a second singer? He just raps? So yeah. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
It's like the exact opposite of Evanescence, where they made them add a rapper
Yeah.
to wake me up inside.
Yeah, I
That
just
shit
found
came
that
out
out
hard though.
recently.
That shit
Yeah, it
came out hard
did.
though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know
They
that,
said
like, the
that they
idea of it was, like,
cried.
weird, but,
They
like,
said that they
whoever made
cried and that they
decision,
were.
like, yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, it goes hard for sure. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
cried and they like almost turned down the record deal, like
Yeah.
because they were
damn.
just like, no fucking way, and they still didn't. They still don't like it to this day. but it went hard.
Yeah.
It was on the Daredevil soundtrack for a reason. Like nobody remembers the movie Daredevil, but
Or at least for the right reasons. No one remembers the movie Daredevil.
yeah.
Nah, bro. What's her name? Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that movie. I remember her.
Jennifer.
I unfortunately remember
Nice.
I unfortunately remember that. That was
Yeah, I paid to see that in theaters. I remember watching it and be like, this is pretty bad. And even I was like maybe like 13 or 11 or whatever, and I was still like, yeah, I think this is pretty bad.
yeah. I watched Morbius recently, and there was such like an online like hater campaign,
Yeah.
a meme campaign that made it hilarious. But like I watched it and I was like, these motherfuckers have never seen Elektra. These guys have never seen they ain't never seen Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance where he's pissed at fire. I'm just
First Ghost Rider wasn't terrible. It was very, mid 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna half-ass this comic book movie, but
Yeah, I have a soft spot for those early 2000s mediocre.
Yeah,
comic book
I like
movies.
Fantastic
really
Four.
did Ghost Rider that dirty because like I like Nicolas Cage as a actor,
Yeah.
and the fact that like that just happened, I just didn't like any of it at all, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want.
Yeah.
We should interview Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
That
bet
would be
you he
really
would do
cool.
it.
He's
Y'all
actually
heard of that
super
band
cool
called
person.
Nicholas Rage?
I have
Dude,
heard of Nicolas.
I have heard
Rage,
it. I
yeah.
have not listened to it.
I was actually kind of upset that they called themselves Nicholas Rage because I was like, damn, that's such a good band name. Like when you hear a good band
Yeah.
like AI or Discord Theory, you just get mad at first.
Ah, thanks, bro. Thanks. I was thinking of Bruce Brain, like Bruce Wayne. That was one I was thinking of. They kind of had that style. I like those band names. My band
Bruce
was not
Brain.
for it. Yeah.
If Batman was in Marvel, that's what his name would be. Bruce Brain.
Bruce Brain. I like those band names. Also, Bill Murray kind of rules, so it
Bill
kind of
Murray's
makes
awesome.
it makes it better. Yeah.
Get that. Yeah, it's always that like punny like wordplay that always like sticks with you. I think that Simpsons said it best because when they named their band the B Sharps, they were just kind of like, it has to be clever and it has to be funny. It has to be less funny every time you hear it, but it's still funny no matter what.
Yeah. I like Aim High a lot. I thought that was a good one. How'd you come up with that,
Thank you.
Caleb?
Honestly, so fucking with Aim High in regards to like the name, it more so was something that was developed off of something like just like some bullshit phrase that we used to say. So like how in like probably like 2000, I don't know, 10 around there was like a bunch of rap artists like Migos. Also specifically in regards to me coming up with the name of it, Kendrick Lamar and Rich the Kid just put out the that song New Freezer. Y'all remember that song? New Freezer, bitch, 200 a visa. I don't need it. Anyways,
Yeah, I remember.
they would say
I
that
remember,
way,
bro.
that way a whole bunch. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that became like a thing. And so I was like it would be like a call and response. Like my band members would come over and be like, we were like working on music, but we didn't have like a name for the band. And it's like, yeah, we'd be like, oh, which way? That way. And we'd always like point up. So like Aim High, like that way, kind of just made sense. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I dig it, man. I dig it.
That's a good band name origin
Yeah.
for sure.
All right,
Yeah.
Discord. You guys started a Discord and then you got a theory. Like, how does that come up?
Nah, mine's not as fun. Discord theory kind of came together out of the skeleton of my last band called The Invention Of, and I really liked that name, but I didn't want to use it again. And then so we had like a whole bunch of names on the board, and I really liked something like the idea of a chaos theory kind of idea, but there was like a million bands that had done chaos theory, like nobody big, but enough that I was like, I don't want to do that. So someone came up with the idea of just Discord by itself because of how we'd like to combine genres and our music a lot and stuff, and just throw a little left turn, whatever your expectation of the song or whatever that is. So we kind of just put the whole chaos theory and the Discord theory together, and kind of went with that. And then we also call our fans DT fam. So and then we do the DTF capital, you know, because
DTF.
So we say you're DTF, you're part of the DT fam.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's just a
That's
fun
like
thing,
us.
you know.
We got a DT fam, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
DTF.
That's also like DTFAM. So like you're down to fuck, but only in the morning.
DT fuck.
Hey, that's the best time. That's the best time. You're not tired. You didn't have too many drinks, you know. You're good to go. You're fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah, and like what like Louis, like one of the things you were mentioning or that you touched on that's like for sure a thing. It's like trying to come up with a name that's also like not already taken. Like for us, I thought like, yo, there's no way that like Aim High isn't already taken. And like I like went and looked, and like there was like a rapper from like a different country that wasn't really doing too much. And obviously there was like the Air Force thing. And so I was like, well, when people like search for us, obviously the Air Force shit's gonna like come up. But the fact that like the name wasn't taken, I was just like, okay, yeah, we'll do it.
No, that's huge. I want to say that's a huge thing for us too. Like it's really easy to find Discord theory because there's literally nothing else named Discord theory. So yeah, no, that's good on you. I'm surprised that wasn't taken either, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just
Especially how popular like first person shooter games are.
Yeah. Or just people getting high, you know.
Yo, so straight. So
that's what my idea was. Like you're aiming to get stoned, you know.
So fucking I have like Google alerts set up, and like but like I'll always like have to like, you know, put something else with it, because at first I just put Aim High and it would just be I would get like 100,000 Google alerts a day. And so like I'd like put like one of our song names or like, you know, like band or something like that, and I still get like Google alerts that have like absolutely nothing to do with my band. I'm just like, oh, maybe not. No.
Nice. That's funny.
Fucking Google alert every.
Discord theory. It reminds me very much of like old like new metal bands. It kind of has like that new metal like sound to it.
I get that a lot, and we're not new metal at all, but we do have some heaviness, and we do have some like rapping sections in a couple of our songs. So what?
Yeah,
You know, close enough.
close enough. You're gonna sneak on to like a butt rock festival with the name, and
Dude, I
everyone's
mean, whatever. Octane rock is the biggest kind of rock right now, dude.
oh yeah,
I'll get
I
on
mean,
that.
that's where the money's at.
I like Ice Nine Kills.
Are they Octane now?
They're basically Octane now, yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Dude, I forgot the singer's name, but I actually I met him like in 2005. He was trying to sell me his CD outside of Warped Tour, and I think it's crazy. Then that was
That's
like all the
cool,
way
though.
back in 2005. Yeah. And I bought the CD.
Hell
So
yeah.
I still have it. Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool because, and it also goes to show, man, people think this stuff happens overnight. Some bands grind for 10 plus years, you know, and it just takes time, and it's a step-by-step kind of thing, you know. Each album is it's a whole journey of its own to see where it's going to take you, each release in its own way, you know.
It just
That's
takes some time.
That's one of the key like important advice for everybody. Like it's not a race, it's a marathon, man. How
Yeah.
much momentum you build up is actually like something you should look at as something you accumulate over the years. Like for every fan you make, for every song you drop, that's like a new set of ears. You got to count every set of ears you get and just be grateful to get, because when you start getting mad and pointing fingers at like why aren't you successful, it's more of like that's a regressive trait. You're just backpedaling yourself when you start like second guessing your fellow bandmates or just your product or your brand or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Good to stick with it and try to keep learning. It's always a learning experience. Everyone's path's not the same, especially in music. 100%.
I mean,
So
how far success is
outside,
like what's it called, our band polls, and that just kind of like that's one of those things that just kind of worked and it worked with the algorithm, and now we've like we've been introduced to what, like thousands of people that way. That's just kind of how things
Yeah.
go. You just kind of have to
It's-
throw things out there and see what happens, right?
No.
See what
Yeah.
works, see what doesn't work.
It's definitely, it's always good to just talk to everybody. Talk to like every conversation, potential experience for growth. Like, don't be afraid to talk to people, because talking is that's half the people think that to be a musician, be an artist, whatever, like it's just like, you know, you release a CD and hope for the best. It's kind of like you got to have that, like you mentioned with Haley Williams, because they had kind of like a grassroots movement. It's like gotta start from every single person that like engages, interacts, or listens to you, whether it be at shows, on a Facebook post, or just someone sees your T-shirt out in the wild, and you just be like, "Yeah, that's my band.
Yeah.
Come listen, please."
Shoot your
Yeah.
shot and everything.
I mean, all it takes
That
is
didn't
like
mean
a
to come out
little.
like that.
All it takes is like one follow-up message after a show to like someone that you saw liked a whole bunch of your posts. It was like rocking out extra hard at the show or whatever. It like really solidify that extra connection and be like, yo, thanks for rocking out with us. Or like, you know, I always try to find that one person in the show that was like going the hardest for us and like be like, yo, MVP of the show, and give them like a t-shirt or something. You know, it's the little stuff like that where I feel like you make those extra connections. But online too, I feel like people just, especially musicians, get put down so much by all the rejection and all the no messages that sometimes it gets hard. But yeah, you definitely just got to keep at it.
Keep
Facts.
on keeping on.
Uh-huh. Life's a
Life's
garden,
a
dude.
garden, dig it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody seen Joe Dirt 2? I haven't seen that one yet. I didn't want to ruin Joe
I think
Dirt.
Ryan might be the only one,
I
because we talked about it before.
It has Dallas Taylor of Maylene and Under Oath in it, so I kind of had to watch it. For
Oh,
that.
really? That's kind of fucking badass.
Florida native.
He plays Lucky.
Nice. Now I'm happy to check it out just for that. Yeah.
It was
Man,
like
they
on,
dropped new music.
Yeah.
They dropped the song Friday.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's fire. I love
Song,
bands.
yeah. They got banjo core.
Mhm.
You gotta
But
love
see,
that song.
doing
Next
something
thing.
different. Doing something different though, you know?
Hell
I
yeah.
like-
I'm
We got Maylene
Having-
putting banjos in songs, and Bill Murray had steel guitars in his last and 2 albums ago. It's like
Yeah.
we're getting countryfied in
just
this.
gotta. I mean, with country becoming as popular as it is, I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer. I mean, even I would even say like the new Pierce the Veil even had like kind of like a twang to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
it was a little more southern rockish, I would say. That almost gave me more new metal vibes too.
yeah, like people with like even grunge a little bit. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
It-
that's kind of like what like old nostalgia acts or legacy acts or bands that have been around. I feel like when they release new music, it's kind of always a gamble of like, are they going to become butt rock, or are they going to become, you know, octane core?
Yeah.
But
I mean, it feels like Pierce the Veil. Like, I mean, I didn't listen to the whole song, but it feels like they were just trying to capture like what was kind of popular in the scene right now. You know, like
I could
what
feel
all-
that a little
all
bit, but I feel like it was still
TikTok kids are listening
balanced.
to.
I didn't
Yeah,
feel- I felt like if that was the case, they would have gone full King for a Day then, because you know that's what's popular on TikTok right now. But I like that it had somewhat of a different vibe.
I
But I
don't-
do agree with you. It is kind of going for more of that octane kind of feel, you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the like production and like the actual instrumentation of the song, it's nothing like anything Pierce the Veil's put out in like the past like 10 years, obviously. I
Yeah.
feel like if you were to take the song itself, like the song structure and the vocals, and like just like redo the instrumental to make it sound like an old Pierce the Veil song, like the people that said like, oh, I don't like this because it doesn't sound like old Pierce the Veil, I feel like they wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I feel
That's
like
true. I agree.
like a big instrumental change.
I'm actually a pretty big Pierce the Veil fan. So I
don't-
agree with
dude,
you.
Pierce the Veil, like they're instrumental. I mean, like I'm not a big fan of their lyrics, but instrumentally they've always gone
Yeah.
hard as hell. Like
Yeah.
they have great guitar parts, like
They've had like
great drum
their
parts. Like,
guitarist does like have done like flamenco type shit.
Yeah.
Like, stupid.
Well,
Salsa.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they were.
I remember meeting them when they were like when Flair for Dramatic, the only album they had out. They like toured on that album for like 2-3.
Yeah, that's when I got into them.
Yeah, they're like a band's band. Like everybody seemed to like to gravitate with them. They put on good live shows, and I remember meeting them. And they're just super wholesome, friendly,
the synchronized
dudes.
kick,
and it was
the synchronized jump. If you're careful.
Yeah. Now they were a huge influence on me as far as like you can combine your Latino heritage with your pop punk post-hardcore music.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a thing you can actually do, and people are gonna like it. So Andres,
I mean,
right here is another.
There's a reason why they mentioned Texas in their song, because it's just like people went so hard for him here, just like all the It's like they knew who they were playing to, like in California and Texas for sure. Yeah,
without a doubt, dude. Like it's good to know your audience, you know, like especially like it's good to be out there representing, you know, not only your culture but like the music you love. And it's just like I feel like post-hardcore didn't really have a voice in that way that was as big as Pierce.
Very white dominated for quite a long time, and Pierce the Veil, you know, just kind of rocked that whole dynamic for sure. Yeah.
That and Bull in the Bronx fucking rocks, dude. Like that flamenco guitar is the shit. I think the last time I heard, like, I think Queen was like the last band I heard like just drop like a random ass like flamenco breakdown in the song.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I kind of low key think that the move is like definitely to get some more Latin like influence into like post hardcore. I think would be kind of really interesting if someone could pull that off, because it's like reggaeton's huge right now, and I think you could like people who figure out how to pull that one off.
Well, I was just saying Andres, who I'm wearing the shirt of, he does it, but he does kind of lean more on the poppier side of stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do with my band. Our new drummer, he's from Chile. So the drums changed the whole game as far as like the feel. So
the drums for sure.
I'm trying to definitely add more of that Latin flair to more of our newer stuff. So hey, hopefully I can bring you what you want, my dude.
Dude, that sounds lit, man. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Like,
oh yeah.
I was like trying to actually write a song kind of like that. Like, I think a year ago, and was just like get like a reggaeton breakdown basically or something. Because I mean, this is a whole different type of beat, I guess. But.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I believe in you guys. Do it now.
Oh yeah.
Go right.
I'm working. All right, bye. Let's go now. Have you guys checked out that new Anthony Green project, the LS Dunes or whatever it was?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. I like it a
super
lot.
group, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Green can do no wrong. I like this like. I feel like we're kind of just redoing the 2000s right now, and we're kind of moved on to post-hardcore from new metal.
Yeah, so, and then we did pop punk for like a year, you know. So yeah, now we're definitely more back in the post-hardcore era, and like
this is like early emo. We're back at Thursday.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, hey man, with all this shit going on, people are angry. You know, people want more aggressive kind of music to vibe to. You know, with all the COVID shit and the economy and housing and life and, you know, everybody, I think it's more on that vibe. Like, we were kind of making a slightly popular music for a little bit, you know, still with a harder edge, but our fans could be like, where are the breakdowns? Like they wanted like,
edge?
Yeah. They're like, and I can feel it. I mean, I feel the same way, you know, I get frustrated, tired, stressed. But, you know, trying to make the dream come true every day.
No damn coffee in this house.
Hell yeah, man. I feel that. I feel like with, you know, all the issues that are going on in the world, it's good for people to have a voice, an outlet that they can kind of articulate their feelings. If, you know, because some people listen to loud music and they're not loud people in real life. You know, sometimes people need somebody to kind of like express that like frustration and anger and kind of like organize their thoughts into a feeling or an expression. And I feel like with all the, like, I don't know about y'all, but I've seen a lot of bands come back from my like teenage days, from my early 20s, and it's just like, wow, they're just as pissed off and like want to like do something as much as I do. And it's just like, it's good to see. It's like a really good time for the scene. I feel like we're still a little bit left on like live support, you know, like maybe
Yeah.
shows aren't as it could be, and like there's still not like there's tons of festivals for sure, but we don't have a Warped Tour, we don't have a Taste of Chaos, we don't have the traveling circus of nightmares
Yeah.
that, you know,
Yeah, because even Sad Summer's cool, but it doesn't have that like touring aspect as big, and it doesn't have that
I
build
feel
up.
like built-in audience,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like I feel like the more society rolls on, I feel like we're coming more closer to something like that. I've seen a lot more cruises than I have.
What's the
Wow,
demo
it's-
team cruise?
if I had cruise
yo?
money,
The demo team cruise. Let's go.
well, I mean, let's just like start at like maybe a demo team canoe or something like
Yeah.
first before we get a cruise, like maybe a barge, like
The demo team boat
that'd
ride.
be cool. Actually, let's just like actually put on like a little festival or something like that first before we start like
No, that would be awesome, dude.
yeah.
Well, hey, why don't we do it? You guys got a lot of people, you know, and the swim squad. We got a few booking people. I can help book Tampa. I know Caleb can help book.
Oh, I mean,
we can do like a mini
I got
tour.
something I kind of want to do sometime soon, but I don't know. I kind of financially collapsed recently,
Yeah,
and I'm
I feel
only
that.
getting back on my feet again. But
Yeah, I just
we'll
went on
see
tour,
what's up.
so yeah. Yeah. No, I feel that, but no, I think something like that would be cool, you know, like a smaller grassroots Warped Tour, as Ryan was saying. I like the word grassroots. Haven't heard that one in a minute, but yeah, I like that aspect. Something like that would be epic.
I'm all about
Kind of
that.
just want to. What did you say, Ryan?
I said I'm all about that organic growth.
Oh yeah. I kind of want to like, I like the good old days. We go out to like someone's like backyard or like someone had a ranch or whatever, and just like a bunch of bands just play or whatever. And like maybe it's like the middle of winter and you built a bonfire or some shit like that. Like that shit was fun.
Yeah, no, that's sort of legit.
Yeah.
So
cool.
last October, we toured with the second after, and one of the shows, I think it was in Chapel Hill. It was this dude. He has like a BMX company, but he built a stage on like his back porch and like built like these BMX ramps, and like they just had like a big ass bonfire, and like everybody from like around the area came, and like we played on like the makeshift stage, on his back porch. But it was like super lit and like super awesome vibes. So yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
I do
man.
miss those too.
We need more stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And like when you don't have, a real venue, you can like, probably pay people. Well, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like you could probably like split the money in a more productive way for the bands, I think, for tickets if you have a cover and things like that. You can also, sell alcohol for cheaper. You can do all kinds of things. I think if you're trying to like help bands out, you don't have to take a merch cut from people. If the bands are selling merch, like I think the more grassroots you get, I think you could potentially do a lot of things that really support bands like that, as opposed to giving 80% of your money to the venue or whatever. Like yeah.
This is all
and the promoter and the manager and the booker and
yeah, exactly.
Cash, this has made me think maybe perhaps we should talk to Zach of Ghost Killer, and maybe we should try to like bug Mike Zemer. I mean, we could have a demo team.
Mike
Zemer.
Well, I do have some little Eklings things once I get a little more stable. I was going to talk to Turner about something about
Turner.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
Shout out Turner.
Yeah, shout out to Turner.
I know he's going through a little something right now, but I mean, shout out to Turner. He's a cool dude, great music with low Geronimo.
That's actually how.
What?
That's how me and Caleb met. We met when we were at Ben Rosette, and then they just got Little Geronimo just got signed to Spirit Vision Records, and we
It
worked
was their
together
release
on helping.
campaign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
yeah.
fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. That was great.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And just
Yeah,
like
you
we were
fucking
talking
killed
about
it, man.
earlier, like whenever you're working with like different people and stuff like that, like you always gotta be open minded.
You cutting off, Caleb?
Helping out Turner doing. Hold
You
on.
cut off.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
You're
hear you
kind
now.
of breaking up a little bit, but
Hold on.
I believe in you. We got Little Geronimo, Turner. Yeah, go check out Little Geronimo and go love Turner Cruz. He's like the sweetest man. He's like if a dog became a person, like Turner.
and he's
Loyal.
like seems like he's always helping everyone out too.
Nah,
So-
dude, that dude
Yeah.
always comes through. And
Him
yeah.
and Ryan.
I ain't
Ryan, that dude. Oh
that
man,
dude, Ryan.
dude, that's always bothering me on
He's-
Facebook.
I'm sure a lot of people actually feel that way. Like, God damn, it
Nah,
doesn't get off.
dude. I love you, bro. I actually
I'm
like a phone check. I love making cool internet friends. Like I met you, and Caleb. I've only known through the internet stuff, and now
We lost Caleb, but it's I'm sure he'll be back.
yeah, no, internet
believe in
homies is
him.
where it's at, especially with the entertainment
Absolutely.
music stuff.
Someday me and Ryan will
I mean,
meet,
maybe-
but I'm a little afraid to make him more than just an internet homie. Just playing.
You don't want to take it to the next level yet, man.
Too soon.
Too soon. You don't want to meet IRL, dude.
What if he catfishes me?
Oh man, he's actually been using a face app this whole time.
He's been on what's it called? Deep faking.
Oh yeah.
He's been deep faking for years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually a VTuber. This is my I'm actually like a 76-year-old woman. Avatar. It's a goofy looking bird. And
Oh,
I sent
man.
Caleb another. I think he said something about safe driving mode or something. I don't know. Those Teslas,
Is he
man.
driving? Oh man, can't even.
Yeah.
That's why I like
Oh.
old cars because their only problems they have is they're crappy. But
Good one, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
my
cars were like a time when cars were, like they
What?
made them like you can just up and they can keep going.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Whoa!
What'd you say? What?
I
What?
said. I was talking about cars. I was saying like, old cars, there is like a certain era from like the late 80s to like the early 90s, I believe, that they made cars too well that
They
could,
wouldn't
like,
break
certain
down.
Nissans.
Mm.
Yeah. I know
Yeah,
what
like
you're talking
all you got to fix them up and then they are running good as new. Oh god, I
And-
dropped my plate.
Also, I mean, like, I know in there, like, so they couldn't sell new cars, but also, I mean, like, and that's the other thing is like, yeah, I mean, like, old cars break down or whatever, but you can like pretty easily fix the problems with them. You
Yeah.
just replace
New
the
cars
part.
is like the
Can't really
computer's
do that these
broken.
days.
Everything's broken.
Yeah, it's like, well, you mean that this whole piece is made out of expensive plastic and it broke because it's made out of plastic, but it's really expensive because it's a Beamer?
Yeah.
Or honestly, like, even the cheap cars are expensive.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Caleb. I sent him another message, but aim high.
Aim
Yeah.
high.
Aim high. And we were here.
Aim high.
Shit.
I am high rock suits.
They're cool, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get to talk to him about their features. He needs to get
I
back on.
know. Damn. I did
'Cause
want to
he got
know.
features
That's-
for days.
That's why he left. He didn't want to drop.
He's
which one his
probably doing a
favorite.
feature.
He didn't want to insult anybody from the features by saying which was his favorite.
You know what? I don't blame him. That and they have such cool song names too.
Yeah. Now, my favorite part is that they got all the cameos and they put them in the songs of the celebrities saying shit. That's my favorite part of that record. Like the fucking Charlie, fucking what's his name? Can't believe I'm forgetting his last name. Fucking Charlie from 2.5 Men.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. They got Charlie Sheen on the record, and they put featuring Charlie Sheen, even though it's just like a cameo or something that they must have got. Dang, I wanted to ask him about that. Now I'm bummed. That's all good.
Caleb, he's such a smart businessman. He leaves you wanting more. You gotta leave.
Now I'm sure we can probably make a part 2 of this happen. I'm probably gonna have to bounce here too in a little bit because my phone is dying and I'm using my headphones.
We got that solid hour of just good solid content. I'm not gonna like twist
Good
arms.
banter.
Hell yeah.
I feel like me and Cash were a little bit I would say not rusty, but I mean it's been a minute since we've been like putting together interviews.
Excited.
So yeah. Cash said he was available this week, and I was just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna just start asking all the homies. And then he went online and he's like, who needs their Bandussy 8? And I was just
Bandussy? Not Bandussy.
Bandussy.
Pussy? Usi? Pussy. Bandussy? I always pronounce it Bandu. I always thought it was like Usi. Well, I mean, I know it's pussy, but I don't know. I always pronounce it more like double O than just straight U. Then like, what is that soft? What is that soft U instead of hard U? Or I don't know. I'm not a linguist.
Neither am I, but I'm trying to be a writer. So what does that say? No. It is
in my
funny,
head, I heard Bandussy, even though it's Bandussy, I guess, but Bandussy. That's how I've been pronouncing it.
Pronounce Bandussy. Like that should
Bandussy,
be our next.
Yeah, pussy. Bandussy. That's the new name of our. We interview Bandussy. We ate the Bandussy.
The demo team Dussy.
Yeah, Ryan, did you ever hit up Lee for that interview?
Lee. Who's Lee?
Lee Dice.
Oh, fuck. I want to say I did. And because you gave me an email, right?
Yeah. I can give you a phone number too. I don't know if we want that on record, but
I want to say I emailed him through the demo team. I wanna, but I don't know if I, because Cash, you know who Lee Diaz is, right? Or Dice.
Lee Dice.
Dyess.
I think maybe. Who is it?
The person that recorded the one album that gets mentioned more than like about as much as Linkin Park, Dear Diary, My Teen Angst Has a Body Count. That's who and worked with.
Yeah, so Lee, he recorded that from First to Last. He also recorded Mayday Parades, Tales Told by Dead Friends. He also did, I Set My Friends on Fire. A couple iconic scene albums. Yeah. I'm lucky enough to get to record with that dude. So I was trying to set up you guys to do an interview with him hopefully one day. So I was just asking.
I think that's like buried in my inbox. Pretty sure I emailed him. I want to say I did, because of course I did. Because I don't know anyone who's been listening to this podcast for a long time. If it wasn't David, it was me. Like first to last episode. Because we've
that was a good episode.
Yeah, we've had Garrett. Travis, he's told me like several times now. He's like, I'll come on one day. He's just like, I'm just busy. But
he's an actor.
Matt Good is probably hard to get to. He's doing all those Octane bands.
I think, I think maybe Moses maybe one time had Matt say yes or maybe or some shit. But Matt Good is still down. He's incredibly busy all the time. Like he'll like my memes sometimes if I get into like a certain mood and I start making from first. But
all those guys are super busy.
Yeah, dude, I want them to make a comeback so bad. They dropped those 2 songs. I really like that Surrender one specifically, and nothing else.
Dude, Surrender was so good. It was like came out during summer. Like it It was like one of
Yeah,
those like
dude.
seasonal, like it defines like your whole summer.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like we might be getting a from first to last song this year because
Yeah. The
Matt was
whispers.
he was teasing on his Twitter that they could drop a song, but it would have to be Matt Good on vocals. And I was just like, where's the problem here? I don't see a
I
problem.
agree. I'm actually a
Yeah.
fan of the Mad Good era, like some
I
of my
mean-
favorite from first to last music.
Yeah. Self-titled. I
Sonny
feel
could
like-
always just re-record it later or something like that, right?
But they were
really
even
want him on
dropping,
there or something. Like, yeah, it's
They were even dropping random singles with Matt on vocals when Sonny was still in the band. Like a couple of those like Christmas songs that they did was with Matt on vocals and stuff.
Chris Massacre,
And-
12 Christmas,
Yeah.
Xmas, and
Yeah.
I think even I want to say like Santa Apocalypse, which I think was the last Christmas song they did. I don't even think I want to say Spencer was on it, but I don't even think Spencer was on that. I mean, he
Yeah.
might have.
No.
That
Nah, but I
song's-
love Matt Good on vocals, dude.
Yeah,
Throne of
team-
Wolves is probably my second favorite from first to last album.
that album is so sick. I could
Lee
listen to that.
recorded that one too. He recorded that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Lee, man.
Yeah, great dude.
Hell yeah. But I feel like we're wrapping out on the end of your battery life. I don't want to.
Yeah. I'd rather cut it than just be like, bah, ah, ah.
we record people till they drop off, man. We go all the way.
for sure.
We'll go
Until
to
they
3 in the
decide to watch
morning.
Matrix Resurrections, we just keep recording them.
Hey,
Until
my
I would
Bluetooth
rather
speaker
watch
was
Matrix
better.
Resurrections than talk to you.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I don't know
Oh,
if I
man.
want to.
Yeah.
We do a pretty good rundown of it on our last episode with
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Ewing.
Oh, yeah, I
I
missed that
Well,
one.
not really good rundown, but it's. I think all the information on whether or not you should watch it is kind of in there.
Yeah.
So.
Should cut that out and make a separate segment, demo team movie reviews, and then you got a
You
whole
should
nother
do-
market.
You
got
should
a-
do Matrix Resurrections versus Coheed and Cambria as a poll.
Oh, damn, that's good. Or dang,
You heard it here first, folks.
or Matrix Resurrections versus what was that movie with Scarlett Johansson? Freaking what's the anime? Come on, I'm blanking on this kind of stuff.
Aeon
Ghost-
Flux, right?
Yeah,
Or no,
no,
Ghost in the
no, no.
Shell. Ghost in the
Ghost
Shell.
in the
right?
Shell. That'd be a good poll.
There you go.
Just like random bad movies.
Yeah.
Joe Dirt 2.
Versus Zoolander 2
There you
or
go.
Anchorman 2.
I haven't even seen Zoolander 2. I did see Anchorman 2 in theaters like a couple times.
I think you guys just like answered your own question. If they ever made a movie, a biopic of Coheed and Cambria's life, Scarlett Johansson obviously would play Claudio.
He has
That'd
the
be
hair.
awesome. I watched that.
She's got
I
the
mean,
lip.
you got- yeah.
Why would they make a biopic Coheed and Cambria when they could, actually bring the whole mythology to life? That's
Armory
going to be
work.
the next Amazon show. Jeff Bezos is going to buy Coheed and Cambria and make a Coheed and Cambria show. Which-
I wouldn't be surprised.
Which billionaire do you think is most likely to be a Coheed and Cambria fan?
Ooh.
Who has the money to
Elon
like pull
Musk,
that off?
come on.
Nah, I don't think so. Bill Gates maybe though.
I don't know,
Bill-
because I think Elon Musk tries to be more trendy and like with the kids.
Yeah,
and,
But that
like-
doesn't mean you're really a fan. Like I'm sure he's listening to Coheed and Cambria, but I just don't think he'd be into it.
You gotta remember, billionaires are not human beings. They're billionaires.
Yeah,
They're
well, it's
actually-
definitely not. It's not Zuckerberg for sure.
They're just
I
AI
think-
at this point.
Jeff Bezos be like, yeah, sure, make it. I don't
He
know.
probably
Whoa. That was
Right.
The
yeah.
Eclipse.
that was cool. I was like, man, you got some cool effects on your phone, dude.
This is a laptop, but yeah, I mean the sun's shining right behind me. Maybe we should think about that. Maybe I should go to a different room. I think we lost Luis.
Yeah.
His phone died.
Now there's only two. I'm digging your bastard. Get that
What?
sky. Get that sky ussy out of my face.
We're doing lens flares.
Yeah. But
That sky you see.
Sky Ussy, Sky Gina.
I
But
cannot believe we just did lens flares. I'm gonna tweet
Yeah.
that.
You're gonna keep growing your hair out. I like the Edward Scissorhand looks. It's
I kind of like it. It's like I like it with its length right now. Even it's kind of like a little dead though, so I probably need to get it trimmed. But no, I
hair
kind of
is-
like it. I like the way it's kind of like emo-ish shaped, but also like kind of I don't know, a little crazy, it's a little bit of everything.
Hell
It's
yeah,
fun.
dude. This was fun. I'm glad we did this interview today. I'm gonna
You
try
gonna
to
keep
wrap.
growing your hair out?
Yeah, it's been 6 years. I don't think I'm gonna cut it.
For 6 more years?
Yeah, I mean, it's been this long. I got the same problem where I got a lot of dead ends. You can see like it looks like mist hair.
No, I
But
mean same here, yeah.
I'm glad we did this. Sharp Tooth is gonna have to reschedule because Thursday
All
doesn't.
right. Well, now that we're talking schedule, I guess we should unrecord and then because
All right. All you,
we gotta pull out correctly, right?
yeah, everyone, thank you for listening to the Demo Team podcast. This has been Ryan and Cash. We were with Aim High and Discord Theory. Please go listen to them, follow them on social media.
Dude, they're great bands, like super fresh in both ways.
If
Aim
you're trying-
High has like crazy features that like it'll make your day listening, like seeing who they play with. And Discord Theory is just like weird in like a really cool creative way. So they're definitely both worth checking out. Who the fuck's calling me from Andrews, Texas?
All right.
From my storage unit. But
Thanks for
all right,
listening.
let's unrecord this baby. Wait, where's that thingy? Oh, here we go. I mean, fumbling the technology. Yes.